Good morning. Yes, censorship in Sweden is heating up. There is a court case right now. It's a mad case. A Swedish guy with a big Facebook group. He's in court, not because of what he wrote himself. He's in court because of what others wrote on his page. And he didn't remove these comments. So, I want to continue to do these videos. And sometimes I get questions like, why didn't you say this and why didn't you say that? This is the reason. Right. The EU Parliament election, 23rd of May. I keep talking about it. It's so important. If we could remove some of this insanity from these insane buildings in Brussels and replace it with some sanity, this would mean a lot to the nations of Europe. If you want to understand how important this is, just look at the reaction from the opposition. They are scared. All the populists are coming and they are in panic, these guys. Here's one reaction. Heads of state from 21 EU countries, they made an announcement where they urged voters to reverse the downward trend in the European Parliament elections. So they urged voters, the same voters that they themselves betrayed. These guys also praised EU values and attacked nationalism. They have a tough time right now. They are up against the populists, and the populists have the people supporting them. And they are going up against guys like Orban and Salvini. And this is like getting in the ring with Mike Tyson, I think. It's tough. But they are trying. They are trying hard. And this is what I think will happen. I think Salvini will be the king, the leader of the populists. He seems to like it. And Orban is supporting this. This is obvious. Orban is, of course, his equal, at least. But it seems that Salvini will be the leader. And then you will have all these populist representatives from all these countries elected, going to Brussels. And I think it's our job to keep an eye on these guys. Will they support Salvini and Orban or not? Will they have the balls to support Salvini when the going gets tough in fake news media? It's a real challenge. It is. Yeah. Will they chicken out? We better watch them. And I was watching the Swedish nationalists. They are now campaigning for this election. And this guy, he was explaining why they changed their minds about Sweden's EU membership. They used to say that Sweden should leave the EU, and now they say we should reform the EU. And this is what he said. It was quite interesting. He said they have been looking at the UK political circus and the turmoil, and they decided they don't want to make Sweden go through this. It's a point, isn't it? So these globalists, they got what they wanted. They wanted it to be as painful as possible to even consider leaving the EU. Assholes. So I will vote for them, the Sweden Democrats. It's the only option I have. There is no other nationalist option in Sweden. Sweden Democrats will make it to Brussels. And I certainly hope that they have the balls to support Salvini. If they don't, I will tell people about it. Alright. So, it's looking pretty good, the EU Parliament election. And they are trying to fight the nationalists. I want to give you one example of this. It's a guy called Julian Gephardt. He's a researcher at the London School of Economics, and he's talking about this populist uprising. And this is what he says. It's mainly empty rhetoric. It's really vague. I don't think they have a real concept of what the EU would look like in the future. Vague. You know, I think it's pretty clear. We don't want mass immigration. We want nations. We want borders to be protected. We want leaders who listen to the people. And these guys who wants to lead this, they are saying this. That's what they are saying. There's nothing vague about it. We don't want this totalitarian Marxist government, sort of bureaucratic assholes telling people what to do. We want to trade, of course. Yes, and we want to be good friends here in Europe. But we want the nations. Right. That's all. See you. Bye.